cold sheets, nothing left but fear. Tried to call your name.
Chapter 2. The City of Stitches. Awakening in the Alley. Meynos' consciousness stirred, emerging from a void that felt both eternal and instantaneous. The sensation was disorienting, as if he had been unstitched from reality and sewn back into a different fabric of existence. His eyes fluttered open, revealing a dimly lit alleyway shrouded in mist. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and aged stone. He pushed himself up from the cold, cobblestone ground, his limbs responding with unfamiliar ease. As he stood, the details of his surroundings sharpened. The alley was narrow, flanked by towering buildings constructed from a patchwork of materials, brick, wood, and metal, all seemingly stitched together by massive, sinewy threads that pulsed with a faint golden light. Meynos reached out to touch one of the threads, feeling a subtle warmth emanate from it. The thread vibrated gently under his fingertips, as if alive. A shiver ran down his spine. This place was unlike anything he had ever known. A distant sound broke the silence, a faint melody, distorted and crackling, reminiscent of an old radio broadcast. The tune was hauntingly familiar, yet he couldn't place it. He turned towards the source, drawn by an inexplicable urge. The radio's message. Following the winding path of the alley, Meynos approached an old, rusted radio perched atop a wooden crate. Despite its dilapidated appearance and lack of any visible power source, the radio emitted the eerie melody that had beckoned him. As he neared, the music faded, replaced by a series of rhythmic clicks and static bursts. He furrowed his brow, concentrating on the pattern. It wasn't random. The sequence felt deliberate, almost like a code. Memories stirred, recollections of deciphering radio codes during his time in the hospital with Finn. The realization hit him like a jolt. This was a message. Meynos knelt beside the radio, his fingers instinctively adjusting the dials. The static shifted, resolving into a faint, mechanical voice. Thread check. 1920s, all clear. 1940s, new drop. 1960s, stay quiet. 1980s, danger. 44, silence means someone's watching. His breath caught in his throat. The codes were real, and they were here, in this strange, stitched-together city. But what did they mean in this context, and who was sending them? Encounter with Threader. A soft rustling echoed from the shadows, and Meynos' senses heightened. He turned sharply, his gaze locking onto a figure emerging from the mist. She was cloaked in layers of fabric that seemed to shift and shimmer, as if woven from the very threads that bound the city. Her face was partially obscured by a hood, but piercing eyes gleamed from beneath it, one resembling cracked glass, the other a polished button. She carried a long, slender needle, which she leaned upon like a staff. Her presence was both ethereal and commanding. "You walk like someone who forgot what it means to stay stitched," she remarked, her voice smooth and measured. Meynos hesitated, processing her words. "I don't remember walking at all," he admitted, his own voice sounding foreign to him. She tilted her head, studying him intently. "Your seams aren't natural," she observed. "What thread is that?" He glanced down at himself, noticing for the first time the golden thread woven into the seams of his clothing, pulsing in rhythm with his heartbeat. "No one uses gold anymore," she continued, a hint of tension in her tone. "Not since the last one, and she burned." Meynos' mind raced with questions, but before he could voice them, a low, resonant hum filled the air. The very fabric of the alley seemed to tighten, the threads constricting as if reacting to an unseen force. The seamstress's warning, the atmosphere grew heavy, and a disembodied voice resonated from all around them, echoing through the threads. "Who dares carry forbidden thread? The radio sputtered, emitting frantic bursts of static and fragmented codes. 1980s. Danger. Run. Threader's eyes widened with urgency. Move, she commanded, grasping Meynos' arm and pulling him into a sprint. They navigated the labyrinthine alleys, the cityscape shifting and reconfiguring around them. Buildings seemed to breathe, their stitched exteriors pulsating in response to the unseen presence pursuing them. The coin. Threader handed him something small, round, warm, heavy. A coin made of woven thread, pressed between two pieces of blackened bone. Threader, this is yours now. You don't belong to her. You belong to the thread. Meynos. What does it do? Threader. When the time comes, it won't unlock a door. It'll unlock you. He stared down at it. On one side, an unfamiliar symbol, like a stitched eye. On the other, his own name. No, not his name. Swimy on. Split apart, misaligned. But there, hidden in plain sight. He city breathes Threadbare pulsed around him. He looked back toward the cathedral. The lights had dimmed, but the hum of the loom remained. Somewhere. The seamstress was watching. Calculating. Preparing. The boy died. The doll woke. But something else. Deeper. Older. Unfinished. Is stirring. And the golden thread was never meant to shine. Not here. Not yet. Unless it was planted on purpose.